Lakshmi Narayanan, me, my shapers and the lessons. Me, my shapers and the lessons, Krishnan Lakshmi Narayanan.
You are shaped by the people with whom you are born with and grown with. I consider myself as one of those lucky guys who had several people shaped me to what I am today, and I owe a lot to each and every one of them. My dear contest master, fellow Toastmasters, distinguished judges, and guests, a very good evening to all of you. My father was a cook in a big industrial family, and his everyday routine after the job is over is to go stand in front of the landlord, untie and retie his dhoti. He used to sport only a towel on his shoulder. He was sending a subtle message to the landlord. I carry nothing. Ladies and gentlemen, I learned my first lesson over there. It is not enough if you are honest, but you have to be seen to be honest. We were a joint family of 12, and my mother used to take care of all the household chores. Every day, she used to get up at 4 in the morning, and by the time she retires to her bed, it used to be 11 in the night. She was doing it not just for a couple of years, for almost 50 years of her life. And I have never seen her crying or cribbing about it. And she used to wear a gentle smile on her face all the time. There I learned my second lesson in life. Happiness is your choice and not dictated by the surroundings you are in or the struggles that you're going through. When my father passed away, I was just a 4-year-old kid, and my eldest brother and his wife were the only breadwinners in the family. They had a choice in front of them. They could have simply left us and enjoyed with their family, but they didn't do that. They stuck with us. They took care of our lives too. There I learned my third lesson. Never shy away from responsibility, especially when there is a demand for one. You may change others' life by doing so. When me and my wife walked out of the joint family system with my brothers, my wife made sure that we were only physically separated and our relationship exactly remained the same by her words and deeds. There, I learned my fourth lesson. You can be bold in your decisions, but kind in your actions to nurture relationships. When I joined Genelec as an 18-year-old for the first time, my boss, Mr. Rajaram, came to me and said, Krishnan, you are very young. Please focus on all the learnings. Do as much as you can. And don't worry, as you go along learning, you will be able to leave that L and start earning. There I got my fifth lesson in life. Focus on the process and strengthen them. For results, only follow the process. When we are doing a crisis management job where several failures have taken place, my boss came to me and said, Krishnan, remember this. Commit only what you can do and do at any cost whatever you have committed to win over the clients. There I learned my sixth lesson. Be positive and be honest and put value to your words, because words once spoken can only be forgiven and not forgotten. Ladies and gentlemen, this is my life, and these people have shaped and characterized my life with their words, deeds, and actions, which helped me to try and imbibe those qualities in me. Though I'm not a perfectionist, but I try to emulate them as much as possible and try and live up to those standards. In the process, I also learned that when you are acting on anything, you are under control. And when you are reacting on anything, you are being controlled. To be under control or to be controlled is a choice one has to make. Ladies and gentlemen, let me leave you with this thought. when you integrate integrity into whatever you are trying to do in your life, the success or failure of it is not going to swallow you, but will sustain you for the life ahead. So just go ahead. Contest master.
Nadathur. Srivatsan Nadathur, contestant number 1.
Good evening, all. Toastmaster Krishnan, you had mentioned 6 wonderful life lessons. But you know what? I also got the 7th lesson from you without you knowing. And what is that? Whatever Toastmaster Krishnan has listened to the lessons and practice it, hey Srivatsan, it's better you also practice all those 6 lessons. So kudos to you on communicating all the 6 lessons to you, Toastmaster Krishnan. The positives of the speech were, I found out the title of the speech is commensurate to the message being given. So that's 1 plus, big plus. Hand gestures I saw was plenty. You were open, wide, and confident all over. And you started with a quote. That is also a good sign of a good speaker. And guess what? Personal anecdote everywhere. And as we all know, when you have personal anecdote, I know who your father is. I know who your grandmother is. I know who your wife is. So it's very easy to relate with all the personal anecdotes with your relatives or friends. Kudos to you on that. Guess what? I also found good word plays in your lessons. For example, to be under control or controlled. There were numerous examples where you played with the words. So all in all, a confident and clearly organized speech with a proper opening, meat of the body, and then a proper conclusion. Areas of improvement, yes, there were. What I felt was, Toastmaster Krishnan, that there were too many lessons. So there were 6 lessons. What I would suggest you is, if you could just focus on 2 or 3 and keep repeating that, so that all of those messages for me as a takeaway is really ingrained in my mind. But the 6 lessons that I learned from you, probably I would recollect 2 or 3. So I would request you to be only on 2 or 3 and then carry forward so that it is there ingrained in my mind. Vocal variety. I found it was little lacking when you said that process would follow, results would follow processes. So I found vocal variety was the same. And camera positioning, it was not okay. What I found was the eyes should directly face into the camera of the laptop. That's when I'm seeing you, you are seeing me. And you missed a wonderful smile wherever it was needed, Toastmaster Krishnan. To conclude, it was a great speech with good message, good hand gestures, good wordplay and anecdote. If only you could have worked on little bit of vocal variety, 2 or 3 lessons, a smile and a bang on conclusion, it would have been a wonderful speech. All the best to you. Over to you.
Let us now give 1 minute of silence for the judges to mark their ballots. Timer, please indicate after 1 minute has elapsed. Thank you, timer. Contestant number 2, Crystal Jnanaseba.d. Please confirm if you have pinned both the timers.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I hope you have pinned both the timers.
Okay.
Can you be a bit louder? Actually, I'm not able to hear what you're saying.
We have enabled you the option to pin both the timers. Could you please pin timer 1 and timer 2? Have you done it?
Done it.
Yeah. To check your audio and video, please repeat after me. Evaluation contest 1, 2, 3 in lower and higher tone.
Evaluation contest 1, 2, 3. Evaluation contest 1, 2, 3.
Chief Judge, could you please confirm that the contestant is audible and visible?
Yes, she is contest master.
Yeah, thank you. Contestant number 2, Crystal Jnanajeba.d. Crystal Jnanajeba.d, contestant number 2.
Good evening, contest chair, fellow Toastmasters, distinguished Toastmasters and guests. Leadership is practiced not so much in words as in attitude and in action. Today, I'm going to evaluate Toastmaster Krishna Lakshmi Narayan speech. The title of the speech is Me and My Safers and My Lesson. Toastmaster Krishna, your speech is amazing speech, fantastic speech. So that's a valuable speech. You told 3 lessons about your life. That is clearly, I can understood your lessons. That is mostly you choose the topic is very well and you illustrate your content and organized into the beginning to the end. It is more reliable to the topic. The voice is very smooth. And 3 things I have to judge for you. One thing, your hand gestures. Starting to till the end, your hand gesture is really, it's amazing one. That make your body signpost. So your gesture, hand gestures moving here and there and makes a audience makes full and fully listen your speech. Your speeches, mostly I enjoyed your speeches, your great pause used in your speech. The pause, in between the pause, that is, happiness is your choice. That is very amazing word. I admire your word. Then your vocal variety. I commend your vocal variety. So you in between your vocal variety, your little bit conversation, and it makes a dramatic one. 3 things I recommend for you. One is your less eye contact. That is not properly see the. I think you are not properly see the camera. I think mostly you are near the wall, so your hand movements gesture is not properly freely moved. Then your facial expression is little bit improved to your speech. Then your reactions, little more improve your reaction, face reaction, facial expression. Then overall your speech is, you have good hand gestures and very good pass and your vocal variety, and you have to improve eye contact and you're spacious into the space state, and you improve your spatial expression. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster. Contest chair.
Let us now give 1 minute of silence for the judges to mark their ballots. Timer, please indicate after 1 minute has elapsed. Thank you, timer. Contestant number 3, M. Tejasvi. Please confirm if you have pinned both the timers.
Just give me a second. Yeah, I've pinned both the timers.
Yeah. To check your audio and video, please repeat after me. Evaluation contest 1, 2, 3 in lower and higher tone.
Evaluation contest 1, 2, 3. Evaluation contest 1, 2, 3.
Chief Judge, please confirm if the contestant is audible and visible.
Yes, Contest Master.
Thank you. Contestant number 3, M. Tejasvi. M. Tejasvi, contestant number 3.
First, I'd like to start by congratulating the test speaker on delivering a great speech. I really enjoyed the speech. A personal connect with each of the speakers' shapers could be seen. And I could clearly see that it was a speech which was delivered from the heart, and the gratitude which the speaker felt towards each of the shapers in his life was very visible. I also felt that the people in the speech, they were simple, real, and down to earth people. They are the everyday people whom you meet in your life, and the messages which were delivered in the speech were the messages taken from those normal people whom we meet every day. So I thought that that was really inspiring, because we often miss out on how these everyday people can be everyday people can give us so much of knowledge and information, and we often these days go outside and look for inspiration. So I really like the fact that it was these normal daily everyday people from whom these inspiration was taken and shared with us today. So I also like the fact that the hand gestures were used very appropriately, and it actually made us want to listen to the speech. The messages which were delivered were simple and powerful. For example, happiness is your choice and never shy away from responsibility. These are all really simple messages, but the way in which they were delivered, it was really powerful and it came across really well. To move on to the recommendations, I felt that the speech was crowded with a lot of lessons. I felt that maybe the number of lessons could have been reduced and the depth in each message could have been increased. For example, like when the speaker introduced each of the person who had shaped him, his mom, his dad, his manager, his elder brother, so on, I actually wanted to know more about the person. It felt like more about the person was not delivered, but just a small message was delivered, and I felt like and I felt myself wanting more knowledge about the person or shaper itself. So I felt that there could have been more depth, and I also felt that there could have been more facial expressions in the speech. I felt that there was close to none in the speech. To conclude, I would like to say that the speaker hit the nail on the head in a number of things like vocal variety, gestures, facial expressions, not facial expressions, eye contact, and so on. And by working on the negatives, it would be a great speech. Over to you, Contest Master.
Let us now give 1 minute of silence for the judges to mark their ballots. Timer, please indicate after 1 minute has elapsed. Thank you, timer. Contestant number 4, Mathur Krishnan Sridhar. Please confirm if you have pinned both the timers. Sridhar sir.
Sridhar, you're on mute. Could you please unmute?
I'm trying to pin the timers. 1 minute. Give me an add pin. Okay. And now I have pinned both the timers. Now I can refer the sheet.
Yeah, 1
Only
minute.
after announcing I should refer, or can I refer now?
No, you'll be giving your evaluation. Sir.
No, I'm giving my evaluation. Okay, which means I can open, isn't it?
Yes, yes.
Okay, okay.
To check your audio and video, please repeat after me.
Mm.
Evaluation contest 1, 2, 3 in lower and higher tone.
Evaluation contest 1, 2, 3. Evaluation contest 1, 2, 3.
Chief Judge, please confirm if the contestant is audible and visible.
Yes, Contest Master, he is.
Contestant number 4, Mathur Krishnan Sridhar. Mathur Krishnan Sridhar, contestant number 4.
You are shaped by the people who you are born with. That is a lovely quote. And that appeared to be the first point in the speech of Krishnan Lakshmi Narayanan. The title of the speech was catchy. It said, "Me, my shapers, and the lesson." I think that is one of the things which indicated that you're going to talk about yourself. You're going to talk about the shapers and the persons around you and the lessons that you learned in your life. I think the title dictated to me, the title indicated to me that this is what you're going to speak. And you did not disappoint me as per the title you went on. I think if I'm right, I think you explained about 6 points. All those 6 points was very well given to us. And I would really analyze your speech in this following manner. A 6 aspect lessons that was demonstrated to us, and the technique that you adopted was your personal incident stories, the point, the message, and then the point. I think I was looking for the point towards the end. I was looking for summarization, and that summarization somehow wasn't really there. Had you summarized all the 6 points towards the end, I think that would have enabled the audience to retain those points in their mind. Anything repeated twice adds value, and it is of better remembrance. And for that matter, I thought summarization has to be done. In terms of recommendations, I should tell you that in terms of the content, I was looking for the name of your father. I was looking for the name of your mother. I was looking for the date, place, and events. Because when you say something, date, place, and events matter a lot. I think there you missed out. Though you indicated the point, though you indicated the story, though you indicated the incidents, I think the credibility would have been there had you indicated what time is it, the date, time, person, place, time. All this matters. And then if I were to summarize it, I think your speech had 6 life lessons, well taught with personal messages, emphatically in an appealing manner, but its value would have enhanced if you had indicated about date, place, time, and events. Over to the contest master.
Let us now give 1 minute of silence for the judges to mark their ballots. Timer, please indicate after 1 minute has elapsed. Thank you, timer. Contestant number 5, R. Vijayakumar. Please confirm if you have pinned the chief timer and the backup timer.
Yes, I have pinned both timers.
Thank you. To check your audio and video, please repeat after me. Evaluation contest 1, 2, 3 in lower and higher tone.
Evaluation contest 1, 2, 3. Evaluation contest 1, 2, 3.
Chief Judge, please confirm that the contestant is audible and visible.
Yes, he is.
Thank you. Contestant number 5, R. Vijayakumar. R. Vijayakumar, contestant number 5.
Good evening, Toastmasters, judges, and my target speaker, Toastmaster Krishnan Lakshmi Narayanan. First of all, I would like to thank you from my heart for sharing very valuable life lessons with all of us. All these life lessons will be applicable to every human being in the world. Thank you so much, sir. I'm going to evaluate you using 3S techniques. First, I'd like to point out the strengths of your speech, then suggestions, and then summary. Let's start with the strengths of your speech. The first and foremost strength of your speech is the lessons that you have taught us today. All the lessons have been very, very important, and it reminds especially me of many of the situations I have come across. Right from happiness is your choice, never shy away from your responsibilities. You can be bold in your decisions, focus on the process, strengths, results will follow, and many more. Like all the lessons are very, very important. Thank you. I was very impressed with the lessons, and that I see as the foremost strength in your speech. The second strength I see in your speech is your body movements, be it of hand gestures, be it your body movement. Those were all mostly appropriate. Like when you talked about stuck with us, using your hands, family, and especially when you talk about your mother and the smile in her face always, those are very, very appropriate body movement. And also at the appropriate junctions, you have come closer to the camera, you moved back properly. All that were appropriate to the delivery of your speech. That's the second strength I see. The third strength I see is the languages and the pauses. All the words that you have used in your speech have been very, very appropriate, especially when you highlighted the lessons in your life. They were appropriate words and really stuck in my mind. For example, be positive, be honest, focus on the process, results will follow. You can be bold, simple words, but very, very powerful impact in my mind. And appropriately you have delivered right pauses. So these three strengths I felt very, very good and strong in your speech. Coming to the suggestions, I want to give two suggestions. The first one is the opening of your speech. Any speech, the first 15 to 20 seconds are very, very important, because that's when you grab the attention of the entire audience. I felt your opening was a bit flat and very normal. Instead, it could have been like very, very powerful. Like you could have quoted one incident in your life where people appreciated you for the values you have shown in that incident. And that could have been a lot more attention grabbing, I felt. Also, the conclusion, you could have added a bit more energy, bit more emotions, because I see it as like a kind of inspiring speech to me. And any inspiring speech conclusion had to be powerful, thumping, and energetic. These two are the suggestions I would like to make, so that your speech could have been like a great speech. Coming to the summary, I felt your speech is like very strong content, like a homemade filter coffee, very strong, very tasty, and will stay in our tongue and mind for a very long time. But because of the opening and conclusion, I felt it was served in a paper cup rather than a cup and davra. Otherwise, it was a fantastic speech. Thank you so much. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Let us now give 1 minute of silence for the judges to mark their ballots. Timer, please indicate after 1 minute has elapsed. Thank you, timer. Contestant number 6, D. Prisha. Please confirm if you have pinned both the timers.
Oh, 1 second. Yes, I have pinned the timers.
Thank you. To check your audio and video, please repeat after me. Evaluation contest 1, 2, 3 in lower and higher tone.
Evaluation contest 1, 2, 3. Evaluation contest 1, 2, 3.
Chief Judge, please confirm if the contestant is audible and visible.
Yes, Toastmaster, she is.
Thank you. Contestant number 6, D. Prisha. D. Prisha, contestant number 6.
Learning makes a man or person perfect. And the speaker nicely emphasizes the lessons he learned from his experience. Good afternoon, everyone. As an evaluator, I will be evaluating in two sorts of feedback. One, the speaker excelled at, and the second of, the speaker needs to improve. So coming to the first, the speaker excelled at, had a good start. The speaker had a good start of opening with such a beautiful quote. And second off, I was taken aback about his vocal variety. The boldness, the pressure he emphasized in his words. 50 years old, that boldness, that pressure, I was literally taken aback. And second off, coming to his gesture moments. For example, talking about a word, putting towel in his shoulder, those gesture was really engrossing. And hats off to his grammatical usage and vocabulary. He had a broad usage of words, and that was really captivating. And he also emphasized a lot of lessons he carried out throughout his experience, from lesson number 1 to lesson number 6, what he have experienced from his lifetime or lifelong. And coming to the second part, the things he may need to work on, the speaker need to work on, is the camera position. As the camera position was facing upwards, we couldn't able to see the speaker's full body. Even though he had a good hand gesture, it would be great if the camera position was positioned correctly. And second of speaking about lots of learning and quotes in his speech, he could have come up with lots of questions, asking more questions to the audience and getting everyone engaging. That would be great. And then I noticed the eye contact. The speaker was good in eye contacting, but he was in a lot of time he was facing upward, side, or some other point rather than facing the camera. And that would be great if we had a good source of eye contact. Otherwise, it was a beautiful speech, and it really emphasized a prepared speech with lots of confidence. He had a very good confidence in his speech. And yeah, thank you.
Let us now give 1 minute of silence for the judges to mark their ballots. Timer, please indicate after 1 minute has elapsed. Thank you, timer. Contestant number 7, Ashok Kumar V. Please confirm if you have pinned the chief timer and the backup timer.
Yes.
Thank you. To check your audio and video, please repeat after me. Evaluation contest 1, 2, 3 in lower and higher tone.
Evaluation contest 1, 2, 3. Evaluation contest 1, 2, 3.
Chief Judge, please confirm if the contestant is audible and visible.
Yes, Contest Master.
Thank you. Contestant number 7, Ashok Kumar V. Ashok Kumar V, contestant number 7.
Blessed are those who have many shapers in their life. Toastmaster Krishnan, you are really blessed. Good evening, Contest Master, fellow Toastmasters, and target speaker, Toastmaster Krishnan. What a title. Me, my shapers, my lessons. Fantastic title. And there were quotes throughout your speech. You remembered, recollected, and recognized all the shapers in your life in chronological order, starting with your father, mother, brother and sister-in-law, wife, and your boss. You didn't leave any of them in all through your life. They have all helped you, shaped you, and today you are because of them. Nice. Gratitude is an important and good virtue that you have. It is very clear from your speech. It was a great content. I found it difficult to note down all the lessons that you have learned throughout your life in just 5 to 6 minutes. But still, I managed to do it. It's not enough to be honest, but you should prove that you are honest. Happiness is your choice. Never shy away from your responsibility. You can be bold, focus on the process, results will follow. Be positive and be honest. I had tough time in noting down, but I elevated myself in that process. These are all good. And you also, your gestures were just apt for the kind of speech that you have delivered. And the vocal variety also was apt wherever required, especially whenever you were talking about the lesson number 1, 2, 3, you were giving the stress, required amount of stress. That was good. I noticed some improvement suggestions. I want to share that. In the limited time, you have talked about too many shapers. Probably if you could have limited to 3 or 4 shapers and elaborated what they did, it would have been nice. That is one thing. Another thing is with regard to standing and talking is good, but maybe the device, if it is slant, your postures may not be visible to the audience well. Also, you could have recognized the shapers by mentioning their names. That would have been better. To challenge yourself, add a little humor if possible. These are my recommendations. In summary, your content was great. Too many lessons, good gestures and vocal variety. A recommendation is position of the device and limiting the number of recognized reshapers and all. Otherwise, it was great. Thank you.
Let us now give 1 minute of silence for the judges to mark their ballots. Timer, please indicate after 1 minute has elapsed. Thank you, timer. Contestant number 8, Sudha Raju, is not available, I guess. So we'll move on to contestant number 9. Contestant number 9, Sri Vidya IV. Please confirm if you have pinned the chief timer and the backup timer.
Give me a minute.
Yes, I have done.
Yeah, thank you. To check your audio and video, please repeat after me. Evaluation contest 1, 2, 3 in lower and higher tone.
Evaluation contest 1, 2, 3. Evaluation contest 1, 2, 3.
Chief Judge, please confirm if the contestant is audible and visible.
Yes, contest master, she is.
Thank you. Contestant number 9, Sri Vidya IV. Sri Vidya IV, contestant number 9.
Good evening, contest master, fellow Toastmasters and people over here. The speaker has delivered an inspirational, informational, and motivational speech. I would say that to be a blend of all this. I could feel that the real pain in life has been brought and the lessons learned is incredible. He has actually taken each incident and has displayed with a lesson learned with values in life. And if you ask me, the lessons learned has been given in a clear manner, wherein all the 6 lessons with first one being honest, happiness, responsibility, being bold and giving values to relationship, focus on the process and strengthen, and positioning yourself. That was awesome speech delivered by you, speaker. And when you explained about the responsibility which has been taken by your brothers when your father passed away, the emotion, I could feel the emotional content over there. The feel of pain was brought over there. That was good. The voice clarity was awesome. The sequential manner of delivering the speech, that was very good. The tonality was very good. And when it comes to explaining about each of the incident, you are very clear in what has to be delivered and how the way it should reach the audience. So the message was very clear. I could remember this one quote when you were delivering this speech, where be happy in the moment you live at present. And the second one, which I remember, was when you explained about your responsibility and all those things. Life has its own twists and turns, right? So that was clearly seen. And when it comes to the improvement portion of the speech, which I wanted to suggest, that may be a suggestion to you. Like while delivering the speech, the camera was not straight to you. It was like you are looking downwards. So we could feel only that you are looking to the camera at one portion, and the eye contact, that was not very clear. Otherwise, the voice modulation, the speech, the emotions that has been given, that was very clear. So to me, that was an awesome speech delivered. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmasters.